The Shopify theme store has some great themes, and in the past, I've actually steered you away from themes outside of the official theme store, but there are some that might be worth exploring. So I have 5 themes outside of the official theme store. So first, let's go over some pros and cons. So obviously using these themes, it's very exciting and challenging at the same time. They offer some unique set of pros and cons that I would want to consider right before actually taking the plunge into one of these themes. Now, number 1 on pros, creativity and uniqueness. So one of the major advantages of exploring themes outside of the official store is the ability to find truly unique and innovative designs. So these themes often come from independent developers who can bring fresh ideas and perspectives and creative layouts, right? Things that you may not find inside of the Shopify theme store. Pro number 2, specialized features. And I think this is where they really win, right? Some of these outside themes. It's like these many non-official themes cater to specific niches or industries, so they can actually provide specialized features that can enhance your store's functionality way beyond, I feel like, a lot of the themes that are officially in the theme store. So whether you need like advanced product filtering, custom checkout options, or like niche specific layouts, these themes can often tailor solutions that some of these other themes may not. Now, number 3 on the pro is flexibility. So some of these third-party themes provide more customization options than those found in the official store. So this level of flexibility will allow you to tweak and adjust various aspects of your theme to align perfectly with your brand, giving you a higher degree of control over both visuals and actual functional elements in your store. Now let's go to the cons. So number 1, quality and reliability. So while there are plenty of fantastic themes outside of the theme store, there are also lower quality options that might not be thoroughly tested or maybe updated as frequently, or they may not be up to the standards that Shopify want them to be. And that could be one of the reasons why they're not in the official theme store. So it's very essential to research these themes, research the developer, read reviews, and ensure that you have a good, reliable, well-maintained theme. Con number 2 is support and compatibility. Official Shopify themes come with reliable customer support, ensuring that if you encounter issues, you have a team to assist you. Third-party themes may not offer the same level of support and dealing with some of these issues, especially as Shopify brings new updates, right? These outside third-party themes may not, be as fast or efficient into adhering to some of Shopify's updates within their system. Now, con number 3 is security concerns. While majority of these themes outside are safe and secure, there are going to be a slight higher risk when using some of these third-party themes, especially those from less known sources. And we'll talk about that towards the end of this video, and we'll let you know some of the best ones and some of the ones that you probably want to steer away from. It's crucial that you make sure that the theme's code is clean, it follows best practices, it doesn't compromise the security of your store or your customer data, which is very important. Now again, I'm making this video because yes, a lot of you have asked about themes that are outside of the official Shopify theme store, and while they offer some good customization, uniqueness, special features, I think there are some that you want to probably look more into and some that you want to steer away from. So I'm just making this video to educate you and show you what I've found so far. Now, I do want to preface by saying that we're not sponsored by any of these themes, and there may be a link in the description that may get us some affiliate. We really haven't figured that out yet at the time of recording, but I do want to mention that these are just based off of some of the research that we've done, some of the ones that we've seen out there. Some of our customers may be using some of these themes too, and actually have some of these installed in our test store, so you can actually see a little bit of the back end. So number 1, the Beautify. Now, the Beautify is one of those themes where I think their biggest draw is the fact that they have all these extra features sort of tacked on. They call it like add-ons to the actual theme. I think the theme overall is okay. I don't think that it has a whole lot of different designs or a truly unique look to it, but I would say that where they truly shine is in the add-ons. So just to give you an example, here in their landing page, they have cart maximizers. So right within the cart, you can actually tell the customer how far away they are from free shipping, which some of these features, you'll find them in actual themes in the official theme store. Conversion triggers, so you can make purchasing from your store as easy as possible. So right within the product page, you can have a little bit of conversion triggers, loyalty builders like wish lists and different things like that. Let's see, shop protectors, looks like, accepting cookies and different things like that. So some of the features actually may be not necessarily conversion boosting, but it will definitely add a lot of things that you may not find, or you may need some additional apps in order to achieve some of these things. Now, really, this landing page doesn't really tell you that much. I feel like they used to have a different landing page way back when, where it actually showcased a lot more of these features. Now, something that I really like about the Beautify is that you can actually try it for free. So you can actually install this in your store. You can go in the back end and figure out if you like it or not. Now let's go check out the pricing. Now, pricing compared to, again, the ones on the Shopify App Store, you pay a one-time fee and you get all the additional updates and everything from that theme, which is probably one of the biggest complaints that Shopify developers have, Shopify theme developers have, is that the customer pays once and then they're done. Something like the Beautify, for example, you may get some better features and better customizations because you actually pay a yearly fee. So for example, on their Pro or Enterprise, you pay about $59 to $112 a month billed yearly, and that gets you a lot of different things, right? Some of the actual add-ons, premium add-ons, basic support, theme migration. So if you're moving from a different theme to this one, they'll help you with that. Feature requests, etc., etc. So obviously with the Enterprise, you get a lot more features, live video, screen sharing support, which is going to be amazing. But you also get a free version of it. So startups looking for getting their stores up and running very easily, you get one license free forever, and you get 3 free add-ons, which I can show you here in the back end shortly. There you go. Biggest difference in price is that this is a monthly fee versus in the Shopify App Store, it's a one-time fee and you don't have to worry about it ever again. Now, again, you got to think about the fact that you're saving a lot of money because some of the features in the premium add-ons would probably replace some of the apps that you're currently paying $10, $15, $30, even sometimes $60 for. So again, you gotta compare it that way. Now, something that I also implore you, and please do the research on your own, is 1, look at reviews, and number 2, and this is very important, is look into the back end, look into their website, and see if they have a support documentation, change log. A change log is going to be a document that showcases when they're actually updating the theme, what features they've added, and what features potentially they're coming soon, right? In the official App Store, I've shown you this multiple times, but for themes outside, you'll have to do a little bit of digging to actually find that information. So for the Beautify, they actually have a roadmap. So they actually showed you, they have the roadmap and they have the changelog. The roadmap is going to be things that they are planning to include in the future. So if we click here on the roadmap, you'll see that some of these, they're live, some of them they're in progress, and some of them are planned. And right within here, you can actually log in, and you as a customer, you actually can get to vote on which features or which add-ons you want them to work on next. And that's the beauty of some of these outside third-party themes, and especially the ones like the Beautify where you actually pay monthly, is that these app developers or these theme developers have a little bit of skin in the game, right? They want to make sure that they keep you as a customer, so they're going to make everything possible in order to make these requests actually happen and have them go live. Obviously, with the scoring system, they get a priority list on the ones that matter most to you, the customer. So to me, having something like this, a theme that has something like this, is absolutely a game changer. And then if we click on the changelog will actually show you version. So they're on the Beautify theme version 5. And right within here, it shows you, and it literally explicitly tells you everything that they've added so far, and any additional changes, etc. See, now we have the Beautify 4.10, and it shows you everything that they added, what's new, what's been fixed, etc. They even make little videos. To me, the Beautify right now, as far as support, changelog, roadmap, all of this looks freaking amazing, and I love it. This is the type of theme that you want to gravitate towards, is the ones that are a little bit more open for you to see, updates and things like that. So now let's very quickly look into the back end of the Beautify to see how that looks. I've installed it here in my Totally 90s Kid test store. As you can see, it's a little bit different than your typical theme, because they have all these over here on the left-hand side. Now, all of these are sort of settings. They're not actual sections within my homepage here. The sections are right up here, so I just have the featured image, and then I have testimonials showing right here. And then the rest of these things right here are kind of like not part of, so it's a little bit confusing, I would think, especially if you're used to the official Shopify themes. Now, something that and like I said, to me, this doesn't have any groundbreaking sections or anything like that. I think that design-wise, I've seen some themes in the official apps or theme store that look a little bit more creative than this. But that being said, it still gives you everything that you're gonna need, right, for your store. It gives you featured product, collection list, blog post, the custom HTML, logo list, image with text, etc. Now, something that I really like about this theme is that you have control over whether to show it on desktop or mobile. So it gives you a little bit more control for mobile than some other themes out there. I've seen this maybe once or twice, and it wasn't even for all of the sections, it was maybe for like a handful of sections. But this is actually pretty unique for this theme, where right here within I can design this image with text just for desktop, and then I can duplicate it and create another one just for mobile. So I can actually have a completely different look for this particular section on desktop versus mobile. But then again, when we click on some of these sections, you'll see that over here, like there's really not much that you can do as far as like settings or anything like that. We click on the testimonial, you can change the icon, you can actually add an image, but then author's name, alignment. So it's sort of a little bit, I would say a little bit basic maybe in terms of the customizations that you can make within some of these sections. But again, I think the biggest draw, like I mentioned earlier, is the fact that you have all these premium add-ons and different things like that. So for example, you have cart goal, cart upsell, product swatches, product tabs, upsell pop-ups, the announcement bar where you can make it sticky, Instagram feed. So all of these right here are going to be some of the add-ons that you get built in within this theme. Just to kind of showcase some of the additional add-ons, this is the back end when you actually add it. So you have add to cart animations, agree to terms, back in stock. So you can see there's quite a few add-ons in here. I think 55 in total that you can add for your store. Obviously, you will have to be in that more pro or enterprise price tier in order to take advantage of being able to add a lot of these features. Now, coming up next is Turbo by Out of the Sandbox. At some point, this theme was in the Shopify theme store, and then Out of the Sandbox, I think, got all their themes out. Again, probably frustrations, right, with Shopify. But needless to say, this is probably a very popular theme out there. They were probably one of the first ones that came out basically saying, we have the fastest theme. I mean, it's a really fast theme, not gonna lie. So I think performance-wise and speed, if those are gonna be one of the most important things for you, then Turbo, I think it's an excellent choice. Now, Turbo by Out of the Sandbox comes at $425. So again, comparing it to actual official themes, this is gonna be a little bit more expensive. Now, the beauty of this one is that it's a one-time fee, so it's not like the Beautify. You only pay $425 once, and you get it for life, and you get these additional updates for free. Not for free, but because you're paying $425, but you get them as they update the theme. We actually have this particular one installed in our Totally 90s Skid store, and I can actually show you a little bit of the back end on how that looks as well. Obviously, we can see the demo in here. We got built-in pop-ups, and this is how it looks. Obviously, some of these features, there are available, you know, on some of their themes. You've seen something like this before. Shop woman, shop man, slight animations here and there. I think if you can, with this theme, one of the things that I would recommend doing or changing would be some of the colors and fonts that you're using. I think that a dead giveaway for me looking at stores that are using this is that red add to cart button here at the very top, and then the font that they're using in here as well. It's one of those sort of dead giveaways that you're using Turbo theme. Now with Turbo, you have a few options. So this one that we're looking at is Portland, but they have 5-6 different options in here, and they look almost completely different. So that's a good indication that you'll be able to make changes on this theme and actually make it look completely different than some of the other ones out there that might be using Turbo as well. Again, Turbo is one of those that came out just laser focus on speed and performance of the actual store. Just to kind of give you an example of how that looks in the back end here, we have Totally 90s Kid that we built using the Turbo Portland. Obviously, this has been modified a little bit, so that looks completely different than the typical Turbo, but if you click on one of these feature collections, you'll see, again, pretty standard stuff. Let me go look into adding a section just so you can see some examples of some of the sections. So feature collection, collection list, slideshow, newsletters, contact form, video, featured products. And I will have to say, we are technically using Turbo version 6.0, and I think they're on version 9, 11 or something like that. So technically they've added more sections, they've added more features to Turbo, not just the ones that we have listed or even what I'm showcasing you right here. So again, if you're interested in reliability and speed, I think Turbo will be the one for you. Now, where Out of the Sandbox actually gets you is with their Theme Updater Plus. So this right here is an app that you have to pay that monthly pricing in order to get updates to your theme, in order to get backups to your theme, etc. So I think it makes a little bit of sense, right? You may be already paying for an app that does these automatic backups. So with the Theme Updater, you kind of get a combo of updating the theme, you get backups, and you get a few more features, and also some of that priority support. Obviously with this, you'll have to pay a monthly fee, but you also have the free option if you just want to register your theme and make sure that you have the latest version of it installed. So technically they do have a free option for that, but as you can see, they have the $9 a month, $29 a month, in order to get a little bit more of the backups, so collection backups, customer backups, theme backups, product backups, so all types of things that you may need. And that's where I think they get, you know, some of that recurring revenue for Out of the Sandbox. All right, so next up we have Booster, boostertheme.com. This is actually almost like a combination of the Beautify and Turbo sort of mixed into one, heavily focused on speed and performance, but they're also heavily focused on some of these add-ons and premium features that you will see on the Beautify. So just at a glance, you can see smart search, reviews integrated, people watching, where you can actually see, kind of like Hotjar, where you can see reviews or recordings of people using your website, upsell pop-ups, sticky add to cart, smart variants, promotion timers, frequently bought together. So there's a few things in here that mega menus that some themes already have, again, but some premium features that you may be interested that will definitely help you for sure increase conversions. There's really no denying that a lot of these things are things that we recommend here in this channel, and that, I mean, to be honest, like if you want to be successful, you may need to include some of these eventually down the road. Again, not every store needs all these things right away. A lot of these are nice to have, not necessary. Something that I really like is, I mean, they have a lot of really good, happy customers and good reviews for their theme. And then something else, let me scroll back up here. Oh, I think I have another theme open. So changelog, again, very important. I think both the Beautify, I didn't talk about Turbo, but Turbo also has a good changelog and shows you all of the changes, but Booster also has its changelog. And again, this is probably more similar to the theme store and how they kind of visually how it looks, right? So just very simple bullet points. It tells you when they actually released that. So that's something that's going to be important, right, for you to look at, is when they actually released this update and what was actually in here, what was actually fixed, you know, within this update. So this right now tells me 1, 2, 3. So it looks like 2023 they have 4 updates, but before that, 2021, maybe they took a little break from that. But looks like this year they've been actually pretty active, adding some new features, etc. So that looks good. Again, I think to me this one is a combination of the store speed and all those premium additions and add-ons that you'll have. Now let's go look at the pricing. Pricing is a little bit interesting here. I think they're really just trying to get you to pay that one-time fee, that license, the lifetime license, right? For $398 one time, you get everything basically. You get all the Booster apps, you get all the updates forever, you get 1 year technical support. Now, I guess the only reason that I would maybe recommend the yearly license at $248, which it's a lot every year, is for that tech support. So if you want some additional things worked on, or you're having problems with X, Y, and Z, I think that support is going to be absolutely crucial if you need it. If you're more of a self-starter that you can figure things out on your own, then I think that lifetime license definitely makes sense. They also claim that they have $5,000 of value in this one theme, and they kind of break it down for you on like all the features that they have and how much it cost. I think that it's probably an okay value, yeah. Something like Copycat Stopper, $9. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, some of these, they may be exaggerating a little bit. And obviously, like, for example, like Mega Menu, $14 a month. that's something that may be included in another theme. So it's not, you don't necessarily need an app for Mega Menu, but if you do, it may cost you around $14 a month. Again, depends on the app. But to me, I think Booster is well documented. It has the right features. It has the right speed. I think that's an important factor to all this. And I think it's one that you definitely want to check out. All right, before we move on to the last two, I do want to remind you of our website VIP Day process. Very simply, you get a Shopify store in 24 hours. If you're interested in learning more, click on the link below. Now, some of the most important things that we talked about during the beginning of this video, that it's a good draw or a good pro for using some of these outside themes, is having that flexibility of not looking like everyone else out there. And I think this theme, Flex by Out of the Sandbox, actually does that. And I remember when this first got announced, I was super excited. Obviously, Shopify just announced Flex sections, which it hasn't come out yet, but it will give you that sort of granular customization, right, of your whole theme. When this came out a few years ago, this was Flex sections, right? It gives you very much granular control over almost every section within your theme, and it makes it so that you don't look like everyone else. And I think that's very, very important. It's also nice that it's made by the same guys that we talked about just a little bit ago, which is guys from Out of the Sandbox. They made Turbo, so they have this Flex theme. This one comes a little bit more at $495. Again, it's a one-time fee in order for you to get probably the most sections and most configurations that you can get out of any theme out there. If we click on the view demos, you'll see just at a glance, seeing some of the breakdown of having the menu on the left-hand side, having the menu at the very top, having the logo on the middle, having the logo on the left, just on the header, right? I'm just talking about just looking at these examples and just looking at the header and how they're handling it. You can kind of get a sense for how much customization you can make right within this theme. I think that at the time, this was amazing. There may be some themes out there that have caught up to Flex a little bit. And like I said, I think eventually when Flex sections comes out, I don't know that I would necessarily be recommending Flex, because some of these themes will have some of the same features that Flex has right now. As you can see here within the help docs for Out of the Sandbox, you can see their release notes. So July 6th, that was this year, last month. So they're still making updates to this Flex theme. And just kind of give you an example here, you can see this hero section or this navigation section being changed with the flexible layout and custom CSS that they offer. Let's go and see if we can actually click on one of these. So that was fresh, and then we have glow, just to kind of give you different examples of some of the things that you'll be able to achieve with Flex. So you can see this one has all the navigation here on the left-hand side. Now, same thing with Turbo. Out of the Sandbox has that Theme Updater Plus app, and that's where they have that recurring fee where, you know, they provide the support, they provide the updates, etc. So again, that's something to consider, right, when it comes to the pricing overall for some of these themes. This one we don't have installed, but it will probably be somewhat similar to Turbo in terms of how it looks here on the left-hand side, but then when you actually go into each section, you'll see all the customization and options that you will have in there. Now, a lot of you ask about themes from Theme Forest. I think this is the one that I probably bashed the most, using something like Theme Forest, which again, it's one of those things where I really try to steer away from. But I will say, I went to Theme Forest and I searched for Shopify and I searched for the best seller and some of the best reviews. And to me, Avon is probably that theme. So coming in at $79. That's it, just $79. You get this theme that, according to them, it's kind of like Booster theme, right? It's a best of both worlds in terms of features, in terms of speed and performance, etc. The only thing that, again, sort of, and I've seen actually this particular theme, I was trying to find it, but I've seen this installed in one of our course members. But so for example, right here, Cartno gift wrap and coupon code instead of coupon. And this is where, like, it just takes me back, right? Like, I see like, oh man, this looks awesome. But then I see like little things like that where I'm like, if they're making a grammatical error or a spelling mistake here, like, are they making these same mistakes in the code, right? Or is this actually the best thing for my, anyway, no more bashing. Again, it has probably one of the best, this is one of the best sellings here inside of Envato Market for Theme Forest. It's only $79. It's made by Adorn. And again, something that I would want you to make sure that you check out is go to the Adorn theme website, right? So like adornthemes.com is what it's called. In here, you'll see support. You'll see that They're actually selling some other themes too. Obviously their bestseller is going to be Avon. See here, different homepage layout. So you get a lot of information by just going to their actual store. But again, to me, like, I've seen this in the back end as well, and it's just not the most pretty, I will say. I think they do a good job of maybe making sure that you have all the features that you may need. You may have a little bit of a harder time making something look good with something like this than some of the other themes that we talked about previously in this video. That being said, I mean, it's only 79 bucks and it still has a lot of good features. It still integrates well with some different apps. Even in here, they're actually doing a trial with Grow Wave, which is an app that we've talked about before. It's one of those all-included type apps. And then let's see if we can actually find documentation. Okay, so I mean, this is really good. The fact that they have all this documentation with screenshots. Again, this is one of those things where, like, yeah, at a glance, I mean, again, it looks good. It looks like you're able to do a lot of different things. But again, it's one of those where I've seen some of these in the back end and they may be a little bit confusing. It may be one of those where they give you so many options that you kind of get analysis paralysis. And to be honest, like, I'm almost, I don't know if I'm recommending this. I'm kind of recommending this, but at the same time, I'm just being very cautious, right? For you to make sure that you're making a good decision for your business. I think at the end of it, you'll definitely still want to do your own research, look at reviews. If the theme actually has a free version or like a trial that you can do, I would highly suggest to go that route first. I think I always recommend that in all my other videos where I'm recommending themes in the official theme store. But if you're using something like this, just be cautious. And the last word of caution is, please do not go to Etsy and buy your theme from Etsy. I'll leave that right there. Now, if you're thinking after watching all this video that, yeah, you want to stick with the official theme store, then you need to check out this video next, where I actually go with my tier ranking list of my most recommended themes in the official theme store, of course. Go check it out.